Hey everybody, I'm Chris. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. We're gonna go in again with the Sickly Sweet Eyeshadow Palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. We played with this one time so far, and I loved it, but I need to play in more colors now. So if you want to see what I create, stay exactly where you are, because we're getting into it right now. I was thinking I'm feeling kind of moody today. You know, I just got over being sick. I'm still at the tail end of it. I'm trying to get back into the groove of things, into life. And we're getting into autumn. It's still like hot and sunny here in Arkansas. So I'm gonna pretend like it's fall time in Arkansas, and I'm gonna go with something dark and broody. I think maybe I want to use some gloom and doom, some melancholy. I kind of am thinking maybe like melancholy will be like the brunt of the color. Maybe some purples, maybe an orange instead. Obviously, I don't exactly know what I want yet, but I want something dark. I do know that. And luckily, since this is a super pastel-y palette, there's only a few dark choices. Let me get my eyes primed and we'll start. I think I've kind of laid out a general plan now. This is gonna be a super easy look, I think. Anyway, today I want it to be all about that drama. So I'm gonna put some of the black on the lid and then blend out from there. Go ahead and blend out any creasing since I don't think I'm gonna be cutting the crease today. I know, who am I? What is this? Got you guys zoomed in so you can see a little more clearly, and let's start packing on color. Gosh, I love this formula. I love this formula so much. I think I want to add a little bit of a wing shape as well this time. I was considering maybe just keeping everything really rounded. I don't know though, it's gonna be so dark, I feel like it's gonna be a statement, and nothing makes a statement like a wing. Now for a little bit of color above the black, I'm gonna use melancholy. And at first I was actually thinking about switching these. I was gonna use melancholy on the lid and then blend out the edges with the black in the crease. I'm kinda sorta regretting that I didn't do that, because this is a lot of black. I feel like it's kind of taking over, but I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the look anyway. Worst case, I get done, I hate it, I can just take it all off and reverse the order. But for now, I'm just gonna take melancholy and go ahead and blend out the black with melancholy up toward the brow bone. I think I want to introduce at least one brighter color, just something to add a little bit of a pop. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's gonna give me a little bit more dimension at least. So I'm gonna take the shade Party Dress and use that to highlight the brow bone, or to blend out the purple shade. I feel like until I clean this up and this up, I'm really not gonna see where this look is going. But you know, that's sort of the same trust the process vibe that I use for all of my looks. I just trust that in the end, we're gonna get to something that's at least presentable. I am feeling kind of experimental today though. Maybe I'll even cut a bunch of random sections out of this and then fill it with other colors. Do something kind of different and fun. I don't know. I just really don't know. I just knew I wanted dark. That's all I really cared about so far. That's kind of fun. I mean, it's not blended. It looks like crap right now, but the color is kind of fun. I just decided I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with the orange shade. So I'm gonna take some of my Inglot Duraline and mix some of that with the Party Dress shade, the same shade that's highlighted on the brow bone, and I'm gonna splatter paint some of the orange tone on top of these darker shades on the lid. I think it'll just be, you know, a fun little addition. It'll kind of change it up a little bit, make it a little less 3-shade eyeshadowy and a little more fun. Now the Inglot Duraline, at least as far as I've ever seen, has really only ever been meant for liners, like turning your powders into liners or re-wetting your dried out cream liners. But who's to say it won't work for splatter too? Okay, here we go. Using the other end of my double-ended eyebrow brush, I'm just gonna start putting a bunch of this liner on the bristles of the brush. I feel like I'm about to make a huge mess everywhere. I've never actually done this before on my eye. I feel like this is something that I would have done multiple times already. Hey, it kind of worked. Oops, darn. Now I need a big one on this side. Bloop. Oh, there's a big one on that side. Let's do a little bloop over here and a bloop over there. Maybe one right here. Oops. Oh, that's too identical. What? Did I just do that? Okay, that one I didn't even see happen. But you know what? I'm gonna stop right there because, you know, I'm gonna do too much like I always do. Now, I'm not gonna move or blink or relax my forehead at all until all of this dries. I don't like that. The 3 little dots there. It's too symmetrical. I do need something right here though. Oh, okay, look, I got it, just like that. Okay, now I'm just gonna let this dry. See you in like 10 minutes. Isn't that so ridiculously fun? I love that. It's different. It's interesting. And I decided that for the lower lash line, if you can't tell, I went ahead and cleaned up this outer area a little bit more and I lifted it a little bit higher so that it wasn't following my lower lash line. Usually I cut my top eyeshadow right here so that my wing goes up this way and then it follows down into the lower lash line for whatever color I put along the lower lash. But this time I want to do this thing I've been seeing around Instagram a lot where people are disconnecting their upper and their lower eyeshadow. So instead of taking it down to that line where I normally do, I lifted it up to just the upper lid. Then with the lower lash, when I finish off that color, I'm gonna make essentially an outward wing instead. If that makes any kind of sense? It'll make sense after I do it, because then you'll see it. But since the lower lash line is the only thing I have left, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys back out, go off camera, do everything else off camera, and I'll come back with a finished look. Okay, you guys, we are back with a finished look, and this is sick. Or is it sweet? Pun intended. But really though, this is not sweet at all because it's so dark and dingy. And at first I was kind of disappointed that the splatter paint wasn't like bright and intense, but I kind of like that it's more of like a muted splatter paint now. I like that it's kind of spaced a lot more sparsely with the big chunks rather than being like big pieces of splatter flung everywhere. I don't know, I just kind of like the minimalism of the splatter. And it's funny, while I was doing all of my face makeup, I really didn't like the eye look the entire time, up until the very last point when I connected this black line with the inner corner. Once I did that line, I was like, oh, I like this look. This looks good. And even though I only used, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 shades for this entire eyeshadow look, I kind of think I like it more than the first look we did. Well, I don't know, that first look was fun because it was teal and pink and black, so we kind of got some bright bolds and some darks. I feel like this one's a lot easier than the first one. The first one was very cut creasy, very layered up. I just wanted to try as many shades as possible. This time I actually had somewhat of a vision, an autumnal dark vision. Anyways, that's it for me for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and my second look using the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sickly Sweet Eyeshadow Palette, don't forget to let me know in the comments down below and leave me a thumbs up as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to be subscribed and have your notification bell turned on so that you don't miss my future uploads. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!